and welcome to part 2 of our interview with Brian Austin of Harbortown Tattoo Company. We'll be back next week with an all-new episode of The Tap with Patrick and Ryan. Until then, make sure you rate us on iTunes with 5 stars and a positive text review. Now enjoy part 2 of our interview with Muskegon's own Brian Austin.
Let's see. So, where do you draw your inspiration from now? Because I see you all the time on Facebook, drawing, sketching.
Yeah, I guess it just really depends on the day. I like to do a lot of and I know some of this won't mean a lot to a lot of people, but new school traditional is a type of it's where they take the old, big bold lines and just solid saturation colors, and they kind of add more depth to them and more colors. So I kind of Instagram. I'll follow other tattoo artists. Search the internet. I look at other people's tattoos, and I'm always picking at other people's to see what I can add to mine. And right. If I can look at yours and see my own version of it, and then just kind of a perfect example, a classic rose and skull. Can do that, and then there can be 14 other people, 14 to 1,400 other people that are going to do that same skull and rose, but in their own interpretation. So I just kind of scour the internet. I like to watch a lot of movies while I'm drawing. I'll have movies playing background because it's inspiration. Movies or Animal Planet, the History Channel, anything that's really
kind of stimulating.
Yeah, it'll bring my focus into this bird that I didn't even know fucking existed. There's only 12 of them left on the planet, and they're oh, look at this, and I'll draw a cartoon version of it, and people are, it's super bright, colorful, and I think a lot of that stuff that I draw, and I don't do it on purpose, I don't think, but a lot of it's more based towards female. I have a lot of female clientele because of the bright colors and the flowers and it's more cartoony, not so big death art and masculine and black and gray and things like that. I like to work on things and tattoo things that make me more or less happy instead of fucking depressed.
Yeah.
I like that pinhead. Yesterday we were supposed to do this podcast, and I didn't feel like I could do it, man. I didn't feel like I could concentrate on tattooing pinhead and talking at the same time.
It looked pretty intense.
And I got into it, and even after I started getting into it, it's still gonna end up the way that I wanted to end it. It looks like pinhead, but it's super bright and colorful, and all the right colors are in the right area, contrast, things like that. So movies usually a lot, action, horror, sci-fi. That's where a lot of the inspiration is drawn from, because there's so much dimension and angle, and you can go on for days with it, but that's, I guess, mainly where it would come from, being able to just sit and watch TV, or if music has a lot of inspiration too. I can't tattoo without music.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in the shop a couple of times, and that shit that guy was listening to that one fucking time, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Murder music. I'm
well, it was intense.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck we were listening to.
I literally got in my car and I put Bryan Adams on.
Yeah, see, and it makes you feel like you need to go to church or something, and I'm not a super religious person, but dude, I'm how do you even get a fucking record deal? Sounding like that,
So yeah, you're definitely in that bright, bold, colorful art style.
Yeah. Try to shoot more towards that. And you got to be able to find a market for it too. You and your wife are some clients that would allow me to pretty much make it look good and make it look right, and by any means necessary.
Yep.
A lot of people are picky, which isn't. There's nothing wrong with that. If you were gonna get something permanent put on your body, I would expect you to be somewhat, picky, or want some saying what's happening, but too much is too confining. If you tell me, I want this, but don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, I'd be well, what the fuck are we gonna do then? You gotta let me stretch a little bit. And by doing so, it allows me, and not only me, other artists, to kind of stretch. I guess stretch their skills a little more. Yeah, grow.
Yeah, I'm lazy though, so when I go to you, I just say,
"Hey man,
make it look good.
Let's make it look cool." And that's what my job is, and and that's what I will, I will try to do it to the fullest and make it look right. So
I've got probably 4 tattoos from you now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will put 3 of them up on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
The one's not done.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Oh,
It's
no.
a serious cover up.
Yeah, it's definitely a big cover up, man. Like that was, so we did like the pirate turtle and R2D2.
Yep, R2D2 and BB-8. And
Yep.
then we did that Nebula Galaxy on my foot.
Yes.
I
Yes.
was
that's right.
covering up the Pac-Man tattoo.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot. It was a Pac-Man tattoo.
It was
so-
an awesome Pac-Man tattoo.
Yes, I liked it.
Here's the advice I have for you. If you're going to get a Pac-Man tattoo on your foot, don't go tubing down the Muskegon River the day after.
Yeah, just any tattoo anywhere on your body. Don't go down the Muskegon River.
It's not a good idea. It's infected. You can't walk and you have to go to the ER.
Yeah.
Good
And
Lord.
it ate a hole in my foot.
God.
It was
They
so,
like probably still have things in your body from the river.
I'm sure I do.
They just stay right in your foot area. Like
hope
they
so.
don't go up your leg or they just.
I have a question for you.
Ryan, I'm the talent.
I don't have any tattoos, and I'd like to get one. Do you have recommendations
Penis.
for location of a first-time tattoo?
Head of your penis.
That's fine.
I mean, we can do it. It's just. I would
We just
recommend it.
met.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes
would
it's better that way. You know,
probably be
Tinder seems to be a pretty successful, like, you know, and it's like they just meet most of the time. But
Well, we'll talk dating with Ryan next.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yep. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Recommendations. I mean, anywhere really, because it's your first one and you've never really like felt that before. I would say anywhere really. At that point would probably be a good place to get them. I mean, some places are a little more sensitive, but it's all pretty much going to feel the same. Like, I mean, I would, upper arms, forearms are usually more popular, just because people, it's any place that gets a lot of movement or a lot of activity, that's always a good spot. Like tops of your hands, I don't recommend. Throat, face, anything like that. Anything that's really going to affect your life.
Unless you're a tattoo artist. Who's the co-owner of Harbor Ink, because
Yeah.
he's got tattoos all up and down his throat.
I did, and I did that, and I still waited like 9 years before I did something like that. Like, I didn't even.
Just got a face tattoo.
Yeah, of my soon-to-be wife's initials, and which is really actually kind of dumb if you just hear what I just said, because her last name is gonna fucking change.
It's changing.
And so that was dumb and not very well thought through. So I would definitely don't do that. Definitely think it through. Make sure it's definitely something that you want, because it will be on you for the rest of your life. It's cool and. Mainstream as they are nowadays, it's like I think people just jump at the fact that because they think it's cool. They're like, I want a tattoo, and then it's like, we didn't really. Why? I mean, it's not really my question to ask why. Like, I don't get paid to ask that. I do want to have like some sort of relationship in what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but in the end, it's all for you, and that's why you're going to do it. So I would do it unless it's a swastika or a fist of Black Power. I can't just leave the Nazis out. I got to say any fascist group or like anybody that's like like I said, promoting hate or things like that, I wouldn't do. But upper arm, forearm, probably I would say your best luck. Maybe your leg, back of your legs, things like that. That's not really a bad area. And then again, it depends on the size of it too. I mean, if you get like a bigger one, you might have to do it in sessions. If you get a smaller one, smaller ones are usually easier to do. But if you're gonna do one for your first one and you've never felt it, there's no sense in not going big, because you're not gonna really have anything to compare it to. So you might as well just do it anyways.
Right.
That's what I say. The bigger, the better. So.
Well, thank you.
Tattoos.
What's the point of us talking today? Is tattoos. Bad tattoos. I've got a couple bad tattoos.
Man, I have.
Do I have the worst tattoos you've seen?
But no, not by any means, man. I've seen some real doozies. Like, I get friend requests almost on the daily from like these fucking turds, man, like on Facebook that just seriously. And it's like, I'm all about like supporting someone and like, hey, follow your dream and your passion, but do it to better yourself. Don't just like go and buy some cheap equipment and then post pictures online.
Yeah, you can buy
And then
all the
ask
stuff
me
at
for
all.
tips. If you want to learn how to fucking tattoo, go into a shop and take an apprenticeship, buy the right equipment, pay your dues. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifice. Like, the job is really fun and I get to do a lot and I pretty much get to do what I want. But there was a lot of sacrifice involved in that, and like I worked really hard to get to where I was at. So like to like read my Facebook, especially nowadays with social media. Back in the day, like if I were to do half the shit that these assholes do, like walk into a shop with a busted ass portfolio like that, it would probably break my thumbs. Like seriously. And I've had an artist, I've walked into a shop and he told me, if you ever produce another tattoo like that again, I'll break your fucking thumbs with a hammer. And he told me that, and I fucking believed him because I didn't have any reason not to. And I was like, guy was real, big badass, Hell's Angel, and I wanted to work for him. I was like, I gotta do this. This would be the best place to work, but I can't tattoo like that, So, and that's what he told me, it's like, and then that's when I kind of got my shit together and got serious about it. But like I said, every day, there's people online, the TV shows glamorize it. They make it super like, hey, let's do this 5-hour tattoo, time lapse it into 45 minutes, and then now every asshole with a PayPal account can buy fucking tattoo equipment, and that sucks because I could spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on my equipment. Some, again, turd can buy this stuff, produce shitty work, and like still get praised for it, you know what I mean? And it's all because of social media. So it's like you want to stay one step ahead of the curve, but these people sell like all this equipment online. This is where the catch is. You have to have a license to buy the sterilization equipment. You don't have to have a license to buy the equipment to make biohazardous mess, but you have to have the license to buy the stuff to clean up the biohazardous mess. So these guys are skipping out on a lot, there's lots of things and risk involved, bloodborne pathogens, there's tests and classes and regulations you have to take, like CPR classes, et cetera, and if you're not willing to do that and take that and better yourself, then you're not going to make it as a tattoo artist, because you want to better yourself and better your career and better your clients and make your artwork the best that it can be, because again, it is a huge responsibility to put something on someone that's going to be there forever. And if you take that lightly, then you have no business doing it, because someone knows you for 5 minutes and they say, hey, put this on me for the rest of my life. No matter where you go, what you do in life, you're going to look at that and remember what happened. Somebody did that for you and you paid that person good money to do that for you. The last thing you want to do is get a botched fucking tattoo, man. I've done that. Even the shitty ones that I've gotten, I still remember that experience. I'm like, oh man, wow, like a dirty 30 deep and a fifth of El Toro fucking tequila, and you're like, you wake up with an upside down smiley face and you're like, what the fuck, man? It's like oozing out of your arm. You're like, oh my god. Yeah, don't ever do that, by the way. If there are any aspiring tattoo artists, which I hope they're not, you don't have to. Don't follow my footsteps.
Yeah. How do you make it in a community the size of ours? We live in a decent sized town. How many tattoo shops are in this town?
14.
14 tattoo shops.
14. And that's sorry, like that, that's not including people that do it out of their house,
Yeah,
So there's 14 shops, and you got to think roughly 3 to 4 artists per shop, So everybody's eating off a pretty small plate,
Yeah.
It's a very artistic community. There's a lot of artists that work with each other and that are very, confident in their own work, that, hey, I can't do this portrait, but my buddy over here at so-and-so shop can,
Right.
I can't do this, but this guy can do it, and I can do the color one that your friend wanted, or things like that,
So it's a good, helpful community.
Most of the time. You do have your occasional rock stars. I can't say that I haven't been there myself. People talk shit, and especially in like a tight-knit community, if you're good at something or if you're bad at something, you're going to know, you're going to know either way. Unfortunately, bad news travels way faster than good news.
Absolutely.
So you fuck up someone's tattoo, yes, everyone will know about it. So it's like, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and it's very, very cutthroat, because everyone is eating off the same plate. So it's like, I tell somebody $100 for a tattoo, they leave, they don't like the price. They go get it done for $80 or $60 or so on, or the next I told them $150. You're gonna get what you paid for. If I tell you $100 and you go to a shop and they tell you $80 because I told you $100, there's a reason why they're gonna do it for $80, because I can guarantee it, but they need it. You know what I mean? Like, right. I can say I'll do it for $100, but if you want to do it for $100, then I'm not doing it. But this guy's gonna do it for $80 because he needs the money, and when that goes right back to us eating all off the same plate. Like, there's so many people, but then again, there's not, because then you take out, the certain demographic, like people from ages 18 to 20, it's like 18 to 27 are like the highest demographic for getting tattoos. And then so on, like for different types of tattoos. So for every super feminine style tattoo, bright colors that want to get that done, maybe that's just a fraction of the pie. So I have that towards that group to shoot towards, which everybody else is doing like a different style of tattoo, or like this guy's doing this kind of tattoo. Most places around town are like street shops, so you come in and you just do what they want. A lot of places aren't like custom. You do this, you do that. Sit down with your artist and work with it. Don't pick something off the wall.
Back in the day, it used to be you were just picking stuff off the wall.
Following lines. You pick it off the wall, and literally, you look at the number. They go in the filing cabinet. You look. There's the line work. You pull it out. You make a copy of the one that just pulled off the wall. That's your color reference. You look at that. You tattoo that exact thing. You follow the lines. You do the blue, the red, the yellow, the blue, and so on, and then there's your tattoo. Cookie cutter fucking designs. Anybody can do it. Really. I mean, like, literally anybody can, like, pick up a tattoo machine and stretch a skin and follow a line the right way if you are willing to teach yourself. But, when you get into, like, gray wash and, like, realism and techniques and, like, color blendings and things like that, and, like, solid fill shading, like, there's certain technicalities that you have to know. And, I mean, it sucks, but it doesn't suck, because like a lot of times people want the custom stuff, but then there's a lot of bullshit out there too. So, I mean, be original. Be original. Come in with an original design, original ideas. Pick people's brains.
If you've always sat down with us and
I feel like it'd be the best way, and if I have like an opinion, like, and sometimes my opinion equals shit. Sometimes it's like golden, like, hey, I don't think we should do it this way. Well, I really like it that way. Okay, that's fine. I just,
Sure.
Sometimes people want to facing a certain way, or maybe you should face it this way because it flows with, you want to make sure when you get it, it flows with your body and your muscle structure, things like that. A lot of times it's, like back in the day, you just grab it, stick it, and put it wherever.
Yep.
And now you got a tattoo that started here and now it's over here, or like you don't know what to put around it because it's just so misplaced, I mean, we could go on for days about this kind of stuff, man. Like,
well, yeah, that's your profession.
Like, seriously, and like, it's just where and how and what and when, and like, if you like my stuff, check it out. If you like the guy down the roads, check it out. There's a lot of people feeding off the same plate in a small area like this, but there's enough skin to go around.
I mean, we're all pretty fat.
Yep. Well, especially actually like Muskegon County, like it's back to this shithole, like Muskegon County, dude. Oh man, I like it. I like what they're trying to do with Muskegon, like downtown. They're trying to fix it a lot, and I like that. I like that they're putting the effort towards it. But I feel like as much effort as they put into it, there's just as much effort fighting back.
Yeah.
Like the negativity and stuff and the crime rate and, shootings, things like that. For every building they put up downtown, 10 people die, and that's a bad way to look at it. But I mean, that's just how it goes, man. Like, they're trying to clean up the city, and as trying to clean it up, I feel like it's getting worse. So.
I think they're doing okay, though. I don't know. I don't really care.
Better than not doing anything.
I don't live in Muskegon, so.
Yeah, that's true. So you're just an outsider, man. You're like on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah. Just down on you ski tables.
I know, it sucks.
That's what we should do. We should read feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying there was something about your sister.
Yeah, Sarah.
Is there really?
Yes, there really is. Feedback on your sister.
Somebody left a review?
Yeah. A real review.
Oh, shit.
Yep. 5-star rating, and they're going to apparently do your sister.
I think I did see that. Yikes.
Yeah, if everyone could go to iTunes, I mean, they found us somewhere, but if they could leave us a 5-star review with a positive text review, that'd really help us get on the iTunes board up and coming podcast.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
It would.
And I this is really cool. I appreciate you guys allowing me to do this with you and kind of making this.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to be serious.
No, I just read the review about my sister.
About your sister, okay.
Yes, love these guys. They're great and hilarious, and I want to do Ryan's sister as well.
Yeah, that was by Work Puppy.
That's a polite way to say that.
Has Work Puppy ever met your sister?
I don't think he's met your sister. He's met my sister.
Has he?
Yeah, he had a
Is that your friend?
Yeah, he had a big thing for my sister. His name's Josh Workman.
Yeah.
He's a scrawny kid in Arizona.
I have no idea if he's met my sister or not. My sister has
definitely
met
has.
a lot of people.
Would you say she's got around?
Zing!
No, I worked with his sister for about 2 solid months. And
Like,
Yeah, we
worked
used to
with
work
her, or
together.
like
I didn't
worked with
work
with
on
her?
her.
On her.
That's how Patrick and I met. We
Through
worked
his
in the
sister.
same place for a while. No, not my sister.
No, you weren't sleeping with your sister.
I don't know how much
No.
longer I can look at that lady. She looks like Wanda Sykes. If you look at this business card upside down of Vanessa, beep. She looks like. It does, doesn't it?
It does look like Wanda Sykes with red
Sykes.
hair.
But it's Vanessa Davis. Surprise!
Beeped it out the first time, but not the second time.
He brought it back.
Are they still here?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually got 3 new reviews this week. The one from Work Puppy.
Yeah.
We got one from Thunder Davin. He says, I love it. You must listen to these guys. They are hilarious.
Do you know who that is?
I do.
I
It's Thunder Davin.
Oh, okay. Do you know them personally?
No?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
And then we got one from Sheldon. It says, super good times. Totally hilarious entertainment. These guys are ridiculous and up for anything. Their laughter is contagious, and it's always a good time. Highly recommend.
yeah, we're a hoot.
We are a hoot and a holler. Those are, we have 5 reviews. We need 5 more.
Instagram.
Awesome.
Ah.
See, social media.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
I guess if it wasn't really for tattooing, I probably wouldn't be involved with social media. But it's like really,
Yeah.
really good free advertising, and we are doing a podcast with the Tap, right?
The Tap Podcast.
Okay, the
Yep.
Tap Podcast. Nice. Up and coming, right? And
Right.
Gorilla Fucking Radio.
Find us on iTunes.
iTunes, the Tap on iTunes.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Tap Podcast.
We have a
Tap
Facebook
Podcast.
page.
Facebook, the Tap, right?
Yep.
Same thing. Okay, cool.
Twitter.
And Twitter at
Talking Tap.
Talking Tap. Talking.
Tweet
talking
at
Tap.
us.
Tweets. When
I
you write,
handle the Twitter.
when you
Ryan
write with a
handles-
bird, it's called.
I'm
a
not
tweet.
good with Twitter. It
I do the
bothers me.
Twitter. Ryan does the Facebook. But yeah, if everyone could just go find us on iTunes, subscribe, rate, review, give us 5 stars, email us.
Positive text review.
You have to do the positive text review.
We need it.
Otherwise, it doesn't count.
It
You might as
doesn't.
well just kill yourself.
Well, don't go that far.
That shit you should.
Well, if you're not going to leave a positive text review.
Rinse your mouth out with buckshot,
There you go.
please.
So
That girl just looked at me really
She
weird.
laughed. I mean,
Was that you?
she probably saw a reflection. Oh, I thought it was.
that was me.
I thought it was her. I feel like I talk louder when I have headphones on.
Well, you probably do, but that's all right.
No
No
one
one
hear me out there.
It's okay.
We don't care. So yeah, we're always talking about, what can Sarah do for us?
Yeah, do you have anything this week?
I really need my beard conditioned, washed.
I told her about this.
What did she say?
She laughed.
She loves it.
Yeah.
If she could just come and just massage my beard, put some shampoo, and then a beard conditioner, I get dry skin. And I don't like it.
As do most humans.
I get very ashy in the winter.
You don't.
Ashy,
I do.
I don't think
I get
white
ashy.
people can say.
I get
mean,
ashy.
I don't want to bring it racial, but I think
No,
it's.
I get dry.
I think it's called
dry
ashy
out.
because when the skin dries on how do you
Dark
say
skin.
that? Dark skin. It looks like ash.
I feel like I get ashy. I
think it's just
gray.
dry skin when you're white.
I get gray. I get grayer.
You just get whiter.
No, it gets bad. It's bad. I might have psoriasis.
That's gross.
Is that psoriasis or cirrhosis?
No, that's definitely not
Psoriasis.
cirrhosis. I think cirrhosis is when your
Liver.
when your liver's that and you smell like death, like you're
I like
dying.
the smell.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very conscientious about how I smell.
that's a good thing.
So Sarah's on board.
Probably.
So far we've got her pedicure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like she needs to give me a pedicure.
Okay.
Bikini wax.
Yep. Bleach your asshole.
And bleach my asshole.
Yeah, I told her about that.
She
I
loved
told her
it.
it was Shelly's idea.
It was.
Yeah.
My wife's idea.
Why not?
She's on board.
She's the one that has to look at it. I guess.
Exactly.
Which is
And
time
now,
for another podcast because I'm not talking about your bleached asshole.
And now, condition.
Your beard.
My beard.
And the
I
size of
thought
the
you
beard.
condition your asshole too. Like,
No,
is that a thing?
No, that's not
okay.
a thing.
Nobody conditions an asshole.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think some people must.
Trump
He's
gets
gotta
conditioned
have
every day before he goes on
Oh,
TV.
yeah.
That
He's
guy-
got a solid.
I
Gotta
bet
peel
you it's
off all
not
those
even
wrinkles.
real. I bet you it's just like robot and like inside his head is like plankton from SpongeBob,
Yeah.
like controlling him.
Absolutely. That is absolutely a thing.
God.
He's an enemy, an enemy.
And then we always talk about Ryan's love life.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's a big Tinder dater.
Not a big Tinder.
Do you
You're a
swipe
Tinder-
more left or than right?
No, I'm a rapid fire right guy.
Nice.
I
nice.
cast a wide net.
Nice. Yep. Wide net. The mileage is about willing to drive 200 miles. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
how far is your drive?
It's oh man, I don't know. I went to Grand Rapids one time.
Oh man, that's rough. I went to.
It was rough.
That's funny. I went to Grand Rapids once. I met a girl on a dating website called Plenty of Fish.
Yes, I remember POF.
Yeah, POI.
Is it still a thing?
Piece of
I
fuck.
don't know. if it's still a thing,
That's
'cause I'm
pretty
married.
much. You married your Plenty of Fish date?
No.
Oh, I thought you said
Plenty of Fish date.
Is that the one who tried to hit you with her truck?
That was a different one. Also Plenty of Fish.
that was Christian Mingles.
No, this girl, she had me come to her house in Grand Rapids. I couldn't find it today.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's probably condemned.
You went today to look?
No, this
Oh, okay. All right. Never
I
mind.
could
Never mind.
not find
It's
it.
like, wait, why were you? Did you know we were going to talk about this?
This is how long ago it was, though. We watched an episode of Glee
Oh.
with her
Oh.
son.
Oh.
It was weird.
That's real weird. Did he sit in between you guys?
No,
Okay.
he sat
Then.
in a love. They had two lazy boys side by side, and then I sat off on this little love.
Like she had an
Chair.
old man
Yeah.
that lived there that was her
Like-
old man that
like
she
he
called.
might have been imprisoned.
Probably.
Oops.
I mean, not to stereotype anyone who watches Glee, but
But come on.
you probably beat your wife.
or her and her son were a little too close.
Oh man, I
It
hate
was
that.
awkward.
I know, I hate that.
There wasn't a second date.
No, I bet not. His
No.
son probably wrote you a letter and said, "Don't you ever stick your wiener in my mouth."
He called you dear daddy.
Well, I mean, he did call me dad.
Oh, he
said-
did?
No.
Are you my dad? Is it like that? Are you my dad?
Nope, sorry. You lose again.
I feel like when we're gonna walk out of here, I'm gonna be shamed and shunned. Like,
No one listens to this yet. So
No, I mean
good.
by the
By the people who can hear us out there.
by
Don't
the,
even
the
care.
geriatrics out there.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
got 9 different business cards.
Is that real?
That's a little fucking pretentious. Don't
That's
you
all
think?
from one person.
Don't you think that's a little fucking pretentious?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, one maybe with your list of many fucking talents.
Maybe. I asked if she sold Amway. She said no. And then I asked if she sold Mary Kay, and she said no.
No. Do you drive a pink Cadillac?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yes. Oh man. Vanessa Davis. Again,
We're
we're
just gonna
plugging.
keep saying her name.
Oh, it's Anthony and Vanessa Davis. I can't leave the old man
Husband and
out.
wife.
He might beat her.
Dynamic.
Can't make it a guy-girl thing anymore. It's got to be like open.
Non-gender.
Yeah.
What's your pronoun?
We probably shouldn't go into that right now.
That's a different
It's like another
episode.
can of worms.
We talked about that yesterday. About your friend.
Yeah, we've got an interview coming up with a...
Maybe. He's
well,
scared.
no, we do. I'm terrified. A guy I went to school with, he's transitioning to woman what?
You are a slob.
Oh yeah.
My beard.
I was gonna say something, but then we started talking again, and I lost concentration on it.
Sorry. Slob. I don't know. Dicks.
Finish about your friend.
So I went to school with a guy who's transitioning to female.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Like, and is like weird is people weird, and I don't want to use that word. Like, it's like loosely said, really, but I mean, it is offsetting or strange to some people here and there. But I think anything with any kind of like change, like when you talk about something like that or something that people aren't used to talking about, they get kind of that way, and I think that I think it's kind of cool that you're gonna have him on here and like be able, him or her. I mean,
her now.
her, okay, and like be able to like touch base and like, and that kind of like stretches out your listening crowd and things like that, and people, because when you're not afraid to like touch base on subjects like that, because it's things that are happening now and people want to hear about what's happening now, and like it's kind of big, like to do stuff like that. So yeah, very. I also went to school with someone who had done the same thing. Actually, went from a girl to a boy, or a man, woman to man now. And I was, I didn't know him now when he came in to get work done, and I didn't know. I like read the last name on the paper and said, "Oh, do you know so and so?" And they're like, he like looks at me and he's like, "Brian." And I was like completely 100% thrown off. I mean, full facial hair. I mean, I'm like, what? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if it's the first time that it ever happens, you're like, hey, I didn't know. Like, and I think that's what they're shooting for. Like, you're not supposed to know that. That's what they don't want to be known as that anymore. They want to be known as who they are and
who they identify as.
Yep. And identifying someone. And it's.
People have a big problem with that, though.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people, but I think that anyone who has really a problem with it is someone who doesn't evaluate their own skeletons in their closet, because everyone has skeletons, and it's like, if you're afraid of change and afraid to talk to someone like that, or to bring something up, then maybe you need to sit down and have like a conversation with yourself about it. Like I myself have two gay brothers, and like, I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but it's something that a lot of people aren't okay with. But regardless, they're still my brothers. I still love them. Nothing's ever changed. What someone's sexual orientation is shouldn't, for one, be anybody else's business unless they decide to make it their business, or it just shouldn't be open for like public discussion or topic, unless, like I said, they're willing to talk about it. So I guess, I have like it's hard for me to see any kind of way but positive, because I have a very mixed background. Like, my sister is mixed race. She's half white and half black. I have a daughter who's half black. I have another daughter actually due in June. On June 5th, she'll be here. She's half black.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I'm super pumped about it. We are super also ready, because my other daughter's only one. And,
just didn't even take a break.
No, man, that's how she wanted it, and what mama wants, mama gets, I guess. And, so, and my son is, mixed, like I said, he's half Korean, and I have two gay brothers, and I, kind of work into a diversity type of crowd because I'm a tattoo artist and I have to do it all the time. Like, I get different looks. I'm not trying to compare it, but like, being modified, I have tattoo on my face.
Something
a lot of
different
people,
from the norm.
Yeah, a lot of people see it, and it's hard not to look. I still stare. If I see somebody with a tattoo on their face, I'm looking at you.
Oh, I stare.
And they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up?"
I was in line at a grocery store, and the guy had tattoos on his face, and I just was
Just gawking.
gawked.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. What the fuck do you expect?
I wasn't even like polite about it. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, what do you
I'm
expect?
serious.
It's like you walk outside with a super bright orange dress on, people are gonna look.
They're gonna look.
Yeah. It's like,
man, I didn't even get to ask you about like strippers.
oh man.
Because I feel like tattoo shops like just draw strippers.
They do, but they don't at the same time. I mean, like, they'll come in, but it'll be like one or two like big pieces here and there, and then they're done.
Yeah.
But it's like, because strippers are hustlers. and tattoo artists are hustlers. So like, you try to come in and run that fucking game on me. Like, I know that I won't pay you $200 to have blue balls. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, the other asshole down the road might, like, because you're a stripper and, oh, give me this tattoo and come see me tonight at work. So not only are you paying me for the tattoo, you're getting me to come to the strip club and give you the fucking money back that you just gave me for the tattoo, you hustling bitch. So
That's how it works, pretty much.
and I just,
Man,
you know,
I was gonna see if you knew any strippers to set Ryan up with, really. But now that you've explained it like that,
there, you know, I mean, honestly,
I'd love to date a nurse.
I do. I mean, and yes, it's, you know, my girlfriend's she's a CNA. She works in a hospital, which is completely different from a stripper. But I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like if you just went to the strip club and you just threw a 20 on the table and you were like, let's get out of here. That's, I mean, around here, that's, you know, that's how it works.
Can't do that at the hospital.
I mean,
throw you out.
maybe $40. I don't know. I'm sure my girl works with some chicks that she does not like.
Really?
Would probably. You could probably pay them to suck your penis.
We say pangus.
Yeah, we call it pangas.
Okay.
Because we like to keep it pretty much PG-13.
Okay.
As you can tell, because we've talked about Nazis.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep it G, but you're kind of a dirty old man.
G like as in gangster, because I dropped the F-bomb like quite a few times over here.
Well, we're going to get that little E next to our podcast.
We got that in the first minute.
episode.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they didn't approve it right away. It's okay, though.
Well, is that how they do it? I mean, is it like how professional you like take yourself obviously when you do it, or is it?
I get submitted for
we
review.
have to submit it for review.
Okay.
Before it can go up.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, can you still share it without it going up? I mean,
I think if
Just not on iTunes.
yeah. Like if we just wanted to post it on like SoundCloud.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
They screen it like
Oh yeah. There's words.
Yeah. They're like, oh, that works.
They're talking.
Nice.
But yeah, iTunes. I don't know. I don't think they have someone who listens to every podcast.
Right. Yeah. That's
It's got to have some kind of like program where it like screens for certain words.
Yeah, like things that we were talking about, like hate and the Nazis and
But I mean,
anti-terrorism. Things like
we
that.
were talking about legitimate history connotations.
Yeah.
We're not calling for the activation of the Michigan National Guard.
no.
The Michigan militia.
I watched a special on the Michigan militia. They're a joke.
Yeah.
They're not for real.
You can edit that out. I don't live in Muskegon. We weren't at fucking Brooklyn Bagels. Like,
Oh, I'm not scared of the Michigan.
there's always like those three guys that are like
No, they can come to my house.
super hardcore.
Not worried about them.
Like,
Not worried.
All they wear is camo.
Well, yeah, you can
army
see them coming
fatigues.
now.
they're like ex-military.
They're not real X-Men.
They're the ones that didn't make it into the army. Like,
Yeah.
the one that was in basic training and fell on the wall that you climb, broke your ankle, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm starting my own revolution.
Called the Michigan militia.
Exactly. That's what happened. They're a bunch of jokes.
They live in that tattered metal shed.
A trailer?
Yeah, well, no, the one that every trailer you drive by, there's I was just talking with my stepdad about this the other day. Like, every time, dude, like, seriously, every time you, like, drive by, like, a trailer, like, you always see, like, they made a shed out of, like, fucking plywood. Like, you didn't know the plywood, as soon as it gets wet, it's going to expand, it's going to rot, it doesn't, and every fucking time I drive by a trailer, I see,
I used to see a trailer on Getty, on the hill there,
yeah.
that it looked like the hill was eroding and it was going to come down the hill any day.
Dude, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was like a single wide, just looked like a long, crushed out Pepsi can.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad.
Oh, it was horrible.
That is beautiful.
Disgusting.
So, I know we talked about wrapping this up. As much as I love hanging out with you guys,
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
We've tied you up for a while. This is going to be one of our longer podcasts.
We
this
may
is fun.
split it up into two.
Why?
Because
Just do it.
that keeps the interest. Like, come back
There's
next
no
week.
interest.
Yeah, for part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2, where we talk about transsexuals and
We did.
how I started tattooing.
Well, they don't know that
which
now.
is weird, like, because it's so all over the place.
We're not very good interviewers.
No, it's all right. You know what would be cool is if we did like on the fly interview, like street.
See, I told you.
Know what I mean?
That's what we've talked about doing.
We did that one time.
Yeah.
When,
And like I got some friends like I mean that would be interested in doing this kind of stuff with you guys too. You know, like musicians, other artists, things like that. You know, I mean the more. I mean, I feel like the more you guys can do, and the more you guys are willing to do it. You know, like it's good exposure for both. You know.
Absolutely.
Because you know you can tag each other, especially social media. You know you can tag each other in like bands and tag us. I can like share this with other friends, and then so on and so on and so on. So.
And they tell two friends, and they tell two friends,
And that's it. And then someone's pregnant. I mean, what?
Any of us are gonna be pregnant. So before we go, we do have a couple gifts for you because you came on our podcast.
Mine is in the car. I'll give it to you when we're done recording.
Hard.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like gifts.
Well, our first gift is a comic book.
What? Nice. Oh,
Look at
nice.
that. It's Deadpool #9.
Nice, man.
It's
Wow. This is super fucking cool.
It's super valuable.
Yeah.
It's not.
No. It's just in like really good condition. I just agreed with you because I thought that was it.
No,
this is cool, man.
I thought, we should give some kind of gift for coming on the podcast.
I like
talking,
this. Yeah, I
just
really
being
appreciate
open.
it. Deadpool, man, for sure.
You're an artist.
Yeah.
That's what I had laying around in my house, so I gave it to you.
Nice.
Ryan's an artist.
Don't touch the mic.
That's the first time
I did it 4 times.
But no, Ryan's an artist. He's in a band.
I am.
Okay.
Or Gaster.
Yeah.
They're on iTunes.
Nice. Okay.
He's the little drummer boy.
Okay. Drummer. Yeah, drummers get all the pussy. That's what I hear. I've never met a
doesn't,
drummer.
though.
I've never.
He's gonna be the world's worst drummer.
He
There's
will
like
now.
2 drummers who
He
get
will
all the
now,
pussy. I'm not one of them.
Travis Barker
Yep.
and
Tommy
Mike.
Lee.
Yeah, Mike.
I don't know why.
No, it's we released a CD a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
That's our debut album.
Nice.
It's it's pretty good. It's somewhere between rock and roll and heavy metal. It's a bit of like a psychedelic metal.
It's got a good sound to it.
Awesome.
I
It's
like it.
sort of like new
It's
age.
fun.
Nice. I wanna check it out.
Well, we've got a copy of it for you.
Yes.
But he left it in the car.
Awesome.
So when we walk out, he'll give it to you.
Right.
All right. Cool.
But I had to plug it a little bit on the show too, you know.
Cool. Yeah. No, that's shameless.
That's
how I do
it. We need this to take off. So
Yeah,
we can become
that's-
famous.
yeah, all
so
about
we
it.
can quit our jobs and not work.
Yeah.
If I don't want to work anymore. I'm done. I'm retiring.
That's how I'm doing it, man. I'm just trying to do it for myself. So with that said, you can find me on Instagram, artist Brian Austin on Instagram, or at Harbor Inc. Facebook is Harbor Inc. I think they just shut the fucking lights off out there. I'm sorry.
Brooklyn Big is closing. It
Oh,
is.
yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Pause for effect. 3, 2, 1. That was part 2 of our episode with Brian Austin. Be sure to check out Harbortown Tattoo Company in Muskegon, Michigan. I'm Ryan with The Tap with Patrick and Ryan, and we'll have another episode for you next week.